Hello. I'm 26 years old and I've never vlogged before. I feel like this is kind of an unusual situation for someone of my generation. So, um, hi. First off, I'm Paige. I'm trying to be a writer here in November, doing National Novel Writing Month. Yeah. Just so happen to be wearing the shirt today. That's convenient. so, um, I guess I just wanted to start this vlog just to try to maybe keep myself motivated and update people of my progress in case, maybe the three people out there who care. Um, a little bit about my NaNo experience. I'm reading directly from my profile. By the way, I thought about doing this on my phone. Thought it would probably be a little bit easier, but I really think that it's easier to talk to a computer than to be holding it up and doing a selfie the whole time. So you're just gonna have to live with it. Sorry. so, um, okay, yeah, fifth year of NaNo. I have won once, and that was in 2013. Um, did okay last year. Was about 10,000 away from winning last year. And so that was kind of a bummer to get so close and to not actually make it. So this year I'm hoping to definitely make it. But in the 4 years that I've done NaNo, this is year 5. In the 4 years I've done NaNo, it's been a really great experience every time. And up until last year, I was doing better every time I did it. Until last year, I didn't win when I had the year before. But I have 4 years, and I've written 3 stories so far, 3 novels. But I haven't actually finished any of them. The first 2, well, no, the first one, obviously, I didn't win NaNo, so obviously didn't finish it there. The one that I did win NaNo with the 50,000 words still wasn't complete at 50,000 words, and the one I wrote last year obviously didn't get done either. So that's 3 novels. The first year and the second year that I've done it, I worked on the same novel. So 3 novels, 4 years, and nothing complete. So this year I'm being a total rebel and just going ahead and I'm just gonna keep writing all 3 of them and see if I can finish one or see if I can make any progress on them. And I think it'll also help me keep me going, just because it's like I can kind of switch around, and it's like if one of them has me stuck, I can work on another, or if I start like kind of lose my steam on one, I can work on another. So that is my plan so far. So I just wanted to do a quick, I guess it's probably not going to be quick, but I just want to give you an introduction on the 3 stories I've written and how far I've gotten on them, so that later in the month when I start talking about them, you're not completely confused. So the first one, okay, so the one that I wrote in 2011 and 2012 is called Where Dragons Roam, and it's it's 35,400 words right now. So maybe a third of the way done. Half of the way done, I don't know, so we'll see how long it ends up being. But this one I started writing because I've had the first chapter of it on my computer since I was probably in like 10th grade. So started it in 2011, and it's just basically about a girl who finds a dragon egg on her bed, and it hatches, and there's this boy who just shows up out of the blue and like knows how to take care of the dragon, and she's kind of like, what the heck, where did you come from? And what should I do now? And it's like, you figure out that he's from a canyon where dragons are everywhere in this canyon, and they have had a spell put on them for many, many years, and so he wants her to come. She's like the chosen one, and she has to come to the canyon and like learn the ways of the dragon so that she can like break the spell and help them integrate back into society, because their little colony in the canyon is kind of dying. won't last too much longer. So I'm drinking mint tea right now. There's going to be a lot of that, a lot of that in the upcoming month here. Um, so that was that one. And when I left it off, I think it was like she was in the canyon and she'd kind of like started dragon lessons. So my second novel, the one that I won NaNo with in 2013, barely won NaNo with, by the way. It is 50,018 words long. So that one's called Soundstage 8, and it's about this girl who is blind. She lost her eyesight in a car accident. Car accidents are kind of like a running theme in my books, just because I think they're kind of the most believable way for someone to get injured or someone to die. So, because they're just so common, there's just likelihood. I use car accidents a lot. So she got in a car accident when she was young, and it blinded her. And so she's never been able to see anything, except sometimes she sees people as just like these very like vague like blue shapes. Like if she was looking at me right now, she would see like a head and probably arms, but she wouldn't be able to see fingers. It's like very foggy. Light blue kind of, and they're kind of varying shades of this light blue color, like varying intensities and stuff. And she comes to find out that the brighter they glow, or the more they look, then the closer they are to death. So the book is about her, and she is like this. She's kind of like a middle child. She's got two older brothers and one younger sister, and the whole family is just involved in Hollywood, and they're all actors and actresses, and they're all like the parents too. Kind of a big Hollywood family. I mean, they're not like the Kardashians, but I'm gonna like say that they're like the Kardashians, just in that they're all famous. And so she has kind of like not been able to act in Hollywood. So anyway, one day she finds this girl who is about her age, her younger sister's age, and she is just glowing like ridiculously brightly. Like death is right around the corner for her, and my main character Bailey has to try to figure out why she's dying, and or like how close she is to death, and hopefully try to stop it. So that's what that second one is about. And then my third one that I wrote last year, 2014, is called Before I Wake, and it's 37,675 words long. So at the beginning here of NaNo. So that one is about this girl, Megan, who she loses her mother very early on in life. It was actually cancer. It wasn't a car accident that time. I think that one was cancer. I'm actually not sure if I ever explicitly said that. I should make a note in my notes that it's cancer. And so she was 8 years old when she lost her mother, and this kid pops up in her room, this young boy, and he's her age, and you know he came out kind of like randomly from under her bed, and kind of helps her cope with her mother's death, and half the story is told in flashbacks and half of it's told in real life with her as a teenager. And so by the time she's a teenager, she knows that this kid kind of comes from like the afterlife type of place thing, like the underworld. Like he kind of comes from the underworld. Like his father is kind of in charge of the underworld, and he is the son and kind of like knows a lot about death and stuff. And so that's how he was able to help her through the grieving process, and how like she is able to so anyway, the book starts, and she dies pretty early on in a car crash. So she kind of wakes up in the underworld and is very like confused, and then he shows up. His name is Dax, and he just kind of rescues her from like the confusion, and it kind of explains what's going on, and then she has to go through these series of tests, and each test represents one of the 7 deadly sins, and she's got to go through them and kind of they're like hallucinations, kind of like for gluttony, it would be like there's a big banquet and like everyone's eating and everyone's like, like think the ending of Wall-E, with all those humans just huge and stuff, and she's got to kind of, she has no idea that it's a hallucination when she's in it. She's got to kind of figure out for herself, like, oh crap, this is not good for me. Like, I shouldn't be doing this, and kind of figure out the way to make the hallucination end, if that makes sense. But Dax is he kind of gives her hints beforehand, and so I haven't gotten to this part yet in the book, like writing it, but I think I want like everybody to like like a council of underworld people, like headed up by his dad, to be like, why is this teenager passing through the test so quickly? Like something's up, and so I think that's probably where I'm gonna start with this NaNo, because last NaNo, like the tests themselves were getting very redundant and very like not so fun to write. So I think I'm gonna shake it up there. So I wonder how many times I've said in this vlog. Do other people say this many times? Let's have a drinking game. Just take a shot every time I say it. So you wouldn't be around still. You'd be passed out under the table. So we're 8 days out from NaNo at this point. 9 days, and I am trying to reread all of these books and refresh my memory on all of them, and take notes and write like character bios and stuff, just so that when I'm kind of switching back and forth, I can get the feel of characters really quickly and hop from one main character to the other main character. And so that's kind of where I am now. I haven't really done too much planning, but I'm like maybe a third of the way through Before I Wake right now, so that's the one I'm starting with, and yeah, hopefully I can find enough time to plan the other ones. It's been really hectic in my life just because we just moved into this brand new house, which is, I wonder if it sounds a little echoey to you on the camera, but it's a brand new house, so I would have started planning this like a week or two ago, but there's just been no way. It's just been constant packing, unpacking, buying things, having no money. So I'm glad that it happened this month in October, though, and not in November, because I don't know if I would have been able to do NaNo at all during this crazy moving time. So I guess I'm kind of lucky there. So I don't know what else to say. So I guess I'll just end it right here. And whenever I have thoughts that come up, I'll just vlog about them, and we'll see how it goes. So thanks for hanging in there with me, guys. The 3 of you that are interested. And I'll see you later. Bye.